Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to the intro. This is a good one. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humbled. So, you see the thumbnail? This video is directed to you. PSA to Nino America. Now, I came across this guy's page on YouTube, I'd say about a year and a half ago, man. But since then, he has reinvented himself. I've never had an issue with him. I would listen to his little political stance and the things that he'd say, and it was kind of like blah, 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 la, 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 whatever, right? To each their own. Everyone could spew out the propaganda they want to spew out, and it's up to you to grasp it, grip it, strip it, and reverse it, right? It's up to you to listen or don't listen. Now, this guy is Mexicano as fuck. Look, mugred out the game. Look, this dude is more Mexican than a lot of Mexicans I see. Look, I'm a light-skinned Mexican. This Vato is a very dark-skinned Mexican. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Brown is brown, homie, in all different shades. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a lighter shade of brown. And the DWTX, right? This guy, Nino America, has reinvented himself and now is just the ultimate disrespectful towards the raza person I've ever seen in my life. He is trying to be the brown Charleston White. Okay. I think he figured because his channel was failing on YouTube, because he just couldn't, no matter what he did, get the numbers that he wanted to get, he had to reinvent himself into being an asshole. Well, look, quietly as it's kept, homie, you didn't have to reinvent yourself. You were always an asshole. Now you just stink. Now the disrespect of the brown people and the Mexicans that you continue to spew on your TikToks and your Instagrams and your YouTubes, man, is just enough is enough already. Stop already, bro. No one is buying it, but I know you're going to keep trying it. All that disrespectful, derogatory things that you're saying about the raza, man, is just plain stupid. Have you ever looked in the mirror? You can't wear a do-rag with a fucking afro, man, and sit there and hate on your own peoples. Okay, you're as brown can be. That fake ass accent that you're making up doesn't count for shit. Look, I've never had anything bad to say about this guy because he never disrespected me personally. In fact, he was just in my live not even 2 weeks ago trying to explain himself about a situation I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Hey, Gun, I never disrespected you. What's up? Get out of here. I don't. Look, bro, I watch you on YouTube. I watch you on TikTok when you pop the fuck up. And all I can say, man, is you are showing me what a coward is. You think you have big balls and you're a man because you can disrespect Mexicans and get away with it? Look, bro, you're on government assistance in your big ass house. We already know about that. Okay? You talk about prisoners, and that's why I have a bone to pick with you. One, for the raza, man, that you continuously disrespect. If you don't like Mexican people, just shut the fuck up. All that, I'm white. No, you are not, bro. You're American? Yes. You were born in America just like me? Yes. Check, right? But all that, I'm white, I'm of Caucasian descent, I'm this. Bro, if you don't stop it, the woods are like, brother, you're black, right? You're not. Okay, you're the color purple. Straight up, whoopee. Let me tell you something, bro. You're continually disrespecting the raza. How does that make you feel? You're calling them rapists and murderers, and that they're the cause of everything that's bad in this country. Look, not even a Republican believes that shit. Bro, we know what you're doing. You're trying to become the Mexican, or wait up, the white Charles White, right? Or you're not going to be that, bro, because you're not intelligent. You're too stupid. You can barely speak. And every discussion you have, you cut people off or you disrespect them when you can't get your point across, or they're outdoing you on what you're trying to say, man. It's just unfortunate, right? You know, the reason why I chose to make this video is not to give you clout, because that's ultimately what you're chasing. Okay. And you're doing it all wrong. Instead of telling your stories, your life story, I don't know, maybe talking about your little politics or whatever, you're choosing to be a disrespectful, despicable human being. And see, I wasn't going to say anything. I would see you pop up and I just scroll on past because I didn't want to hear the rhetoric. I didn't want to hear the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The moment you were like, I am not Mexican, I'm white, I said, this stupid motherfucker, right? This dumbass. Come on, bro. Look, always stand tall and be proud of who you are. Okay, if you're American, you are Mexican American, dumbass. Like your political beliefs and views, bro, almost teetering on the edge of racism. You know, you are allowed to believe and vote for who you want and do all that. But why do you got to hate the brown people that ain't never did shit to you? You came out of a brown pussy. Think about it, dumbass. Now, no disrespectful to your mother and saying her shit's brown, but I'm sure it is. Now, what really irked me, what really got my attention was this man now is starting to spit a different rhetoric. And it is that if you're in prison or you went to prison, you're a fucking loser and an asshole and a bum and you ain't done nothing. And he's trying to talk about people like myself who have done time, who have changed their lives. You know, I'm in my children's life. I'm a good father. I wake up every fucking morning, Nino America, and I take my kids to school and I take my nieces and nephews to school and I do my thing, man, before I ever get to this YouTube bullshit or to my job, right? You're talking about they're lazy, they're bums, they're in prison, they let their family down. You're letting everybody down right now by disrespecting the raza the way you are, by going out there wearing shirts like I'm white or white lives matter. Look, I respect Woods. I respect white people just like I do everyone else, but ain't no one fucking above anyone. Everybody's the same all the way across the board. I have my political views. See, my views are not lock up and break up families and lock all brown people up because they're what's fucking bad in this world like yours. Mine isn't rhetoric and bullshit. Mine is for reals. And this is my thing. I just want every American, every Mexican American, every German American, every fucking Asian American, African American. I want everyone to be able to afford gas and eggs. And I want our economy to be better so we don't have to stress as much, especially for those of us that are single parents or parents that have children that are stressing on how we're going to get school clothes, how we're going to afford gas to take them to school, how we're going to afford, you know, different things to facilitate just a regular livelihood, you know? And it doesn't mean that we're not willing to work. It seems like you have something against Mexicans, but you don't. I know you don't. You're just willing to do any fucking thing to be relevant on social media. You have no talent. You talk about, oh, I've never been locked up. I'm not like that. Bro, you were a Bloods gang member, okay? And you changed, and that's a good thing, okay? You got caught for selling dope, and then you stopped. That's good. You was getting caught for distribution and all kinds of different things. And you talk about if you went to prison, you're a piece of shit and you're lazy and you're a bum. Motherfucker, you got probation. You got lucky. Either you had the money or someone got you a lawyer or it wasn't that much dope. So you got off. But you were that close to going to prison. So you might as well be an ex-convict. Don't act like you never been in jail. Because when you were in jail, sitting down in jail, while those charges were hanging over your head, I guess you were just a piece of shit and a lazy bum, man. And you're fucking disrespectful to your family, right? No, people make choices in life. Everyone has their own life to live. And whether it involves prison or jail or whatever it does, you move on. Now, if you continuously are in and out of prison and you don't learn your fucking lesson, then yes, I'll say it myself. You got to screw loose. You are disrespectful to your kids, your family, your loved ones, all that, because you're ruining your life and their life because they support you. So yes, I agree there. But to say anyone who's been locked up is a bum and a coward and this, and you're directing it towards black and brown. You never say it about the Woods, man, or the white people. They can do no wrong. Damn, bro, your grasp on reality is fucked up. Listen, I'm going to say it in slow so that you'll understand because I see the way you talk. You have no game, gift of gab, right? Hey, your vernacular is not spectacular. So the way you speak, I'm going to speak to you the way you speak. You are not white, stupid ass, right? Do you understand that? Can you grip that? Why are you disrespecting people that have not disrespected you? What is your issue with brown people, bro? Look, if you claim not to be brown, can't no one force you to be something you're not claiming to be. You are, but they can't force you. I see the rhetoric and the shit that you're saying, man, has become even more and more disrespectful towards the raza, to the point where you're saying, hey, this wasn't Mexico. We should have just punked you people. We, motherfucker, you are Mexican. What are you talking about, right? And for you, this is what's crazy. All you people, it's always you people that fucking support these dudes that are in prison and jail eating sopas and fucking sitting there while all us hardworking Americans are working on, bro. Don't you drive like a dump truck or something? Like nothing too major. And aren't you on assisted? Don't you got Section 8 under your old lady's name? Like, let's just be real, right? All this shit you're talking, bro. And your brother's fucking locked up for a sexual offense. He's an essay. Your brother is not an essay. He's an essay with an essay. What about him? Is he a piece of shit? Did what he did to that child hurt you so bad that you're blaming every other fucking Mexican and black person for that? Look, bro, you are not white. This image or this character that you've reinvented, yeah, it gets some views, but are views really worth your integrity and the morals and the way you were raised? You know, when did you went from a blood gang member, a Mexican blood? First of all, that's fucked up, right? You go from a Mexican blood gang member to all of a sudden, oh, I'm white. I don't identify as Mexican. I'm white. You are not, stupid dum-dum. You are not white, bro. You are a brown man that is confused, that hates his own skin color and his own people. Why? And then you wear all these Trump hats, bro, like that's supposed to mean something. You know, that ain't meaning shit. I always trip out. Look, I vote for who I vote for. Whatever I believe is better for our economy, whatever I believe is better for, you know, to make a better version of our economy a reality. You know, whether I'm right or wrong, hey, that's why we have the equal liberties and the freedoms to do what we do, right? Now, when fucking Trump was running, I was all for it. He was talking about this, he was talking about that. And then all of a sudden, somewhere in the meantime, in between time, his focus changed. Maybe it's because so many people were fucking with him, but his focus changed. And when I seen the way people in reality, in HD, my own primo got locked up, well, my prima's old man. When I seen people getting snatched up by ICE and all this, I wasn't for all that. That's not what I voted for. I was tricked. Trickery, dickery, doc. But it happens, right? Doesn't mean I was a sellout to my own people, because there's a lot of Mexicans that didn't know better, man. We just didn't know that this motherfucker's whole focus was going to be on a certain thing. Now, that doesn't mean I don't back his play in certain situations, but it just means I don't agree with that whatsoever. But I'm not stupid enough to throw a rock. Nino America believes that that dude just did everything right and that every single Mexican needs to be deported. Well, listen here, stupid ass. Don't never eat a tomato. Don't never eat an apple. Don't never fucking use lettuce on your bunk ass bologna sandwich I'm sure your fucking old lady's making you, right? When you're riding around in that truck with your stupid ass Oakleys on and your do-rag. Don't never do none of that, because guess what? A Mexican picked it. And since you don't want to be a part of that, don't be a part of it at all. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Look, I don't hate this dude, Nino America, but I hate what he stands for. I hate that he hates his own skin color and his own people to the point that it's now disrespectful. See, you don't have to agree with everybody. That's what the good thing about politics and debating is. You could agree to disagree. You could do it professionally and respectfully. But every time I see you debating someone, it's constant rah-rah bullshit. It's disrespecting Mexicanos. It's disrespecting raza, period. What the hell is wrong with you, bro? You weren't doing that last year when you were hanging around with known gang members on podcasts, when you were talking about prison politics, when you were talking about gangs, when you were talking about lefty gunplay, when you were talking about the murder, man, of fucking Money Sign Sway. Do you remember that? When you were talking about this killing and that killing and hey, homie, raza, this and that. You were doing that, bro. I seen the videos. Now, all of a sudden, you put Oakleys on a fucking American flag and you were born in the USA. Listen here, Bruce fucking Springsteen, Bruce Spring dumb ass, right? You're not none of that. What you are is a confused individual that has taken your confusion into a ball and fused it together. And now you're trying to spew hatred out there because you think it'll get you more views. You think controversy gets views. It does. But bro, is it really worth it? You're out there in Tejas, Texas. Man, the Lone Star State, a gang of Tejanos, Mexicanos out there, right there on the frontera, all the way from El Paso on back, right? And you're running around out there, bro, spewing hatred towards Mexican people and the raza. You better be careful, bro. and all that. Oh, I ain't scared of nothing. Yeah, everyone says that until they get socked in their fucking stupid ass mouth. That's just the truth. Look, man, if you want to be white in that fantasy world, then you do you. I ain't mad at that. You could say you're black, brown, green, white. I don't care. You could be whatever you want to be. That's the great thing about social media. You could build your own character. And that's a character you built. A character built on controversy. But bro, really sit back. And I'm just doing this as I'm not trying to disrespect you, even though I say fuck you. But really sit back, Nino. Serio. Your name's fucking Nino. Sit back. Your name's not Howard, nor is it Jacob, nor is your name Henry, nor is it Alan, nor is it London, nor is it fucking Robert. Your name is Nino. You know what I'm saying? Mexicano. Stupid ass. You understand this one? Your name is Nino. You are damn near black. You might as well just skip brown and just go to black because then you're there. You can't sit there and disrespect people and be wearing a Prince Purple Rain t-shirt. Talk about all you motherfuckers need to get up out of here because Prince was Puerto Rican. You dumb motherfucker, at least half. You're going to sit there and disrespect the raza and disrespect Latinos and disrespect anything brown, but you're wearing a Prince t-shirt. Man, I wish purple would rain on your ass. And then we'd see when the Nino cries. Ding, 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 ding. This dude is very disrespectful, man. And now you're disrespecting prisoners. And you know, that's a big, large statement to make, man, because you're including gang members, people from organizations. And I know you're going to make a video. I'm tough. I don't care. You better. You're out there in Texas, man. You know, you don't know that them tongos would be blasting before they, you know what I'm saying? That's how they're lasting. I say this, man. These are the type of people that are stirring up conflict and controversy. You are dividing America, Nino. America. You are dividing this. You're putting out this rhetoric and you're spewing this hatred and this propaganda, man, that makes civil unrest. Like, we're all trying to get it together here. We're all going through the same struggle. You're going through the struggle. Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, of course you're doing great, Mr. Section 8. Is your brother doing great over there for a sexual assault? Is he doing great? Nah, I don't think he's doing great. But now that you've made these statements about people that were in prison, I take offense to it, man. You're basically saying people that have been locked up, we're all fucking pieces of shit and we're all fucking stupid and you ain't never been locked up, so you're better than us. Bro, you ain't shit, bro. You are not shit. You are shit. Do you understand? The moment you disrespect Mexicans, you disrespect your own people, you can't come back. There's no coming back from that, bro. Reinventing yourself on YouTube to be a hater. What is wrong with you, bro? You weren't talented enough to do something else or to just fucking move on up in that fucking trucking business or whatever you're involved in. You had to literally sit down one day and say, you know what, I'm just going to say I'm white. Fuck it. Everyone's going to believe me. No, we don't, color purple. We don't. We got a dude that looks like fucking LeBron James over here talking about he's fucking a white. He's a white guy. Even the whites are scratching their head like, brother, we don't accept that, brother. We don't accept that. Do you do meth? No, well, no, we can't accept that. Do you drink coffee? Oh, no, chai lattes don't count, brother. Right? You know, this dude is wearing White Lives Matter shirts and all this, and he does it just to invoke emotion. He does it to disrespect. It's not to invoke conversation, because I believe all lives do matter. I believe everybody, black, brown, green, white, yellow, should be on the same page. But this guy just wants to be disrespectful. Well, I'm going to say this, bro. All that shit you're saying about dudes that were locked up are cowards and assholes and let our family down pieces of shit. You're letting your fucking familia down right now, bro. And you're really going to let your familia down, man, if someone takes your disrespect to the next level, bro, and you're no longer there to provide for them. Wouldn't that be some shit? You let your fucking family down. I hope none of that happens to you, bro. I know you're better than that. I've watched your YouTube back in the days, and you were lightweight intelligent when it came to certain topics, right? But nowadays, you can't even fucking talk, or you're illegally. Bro, who gives a fuck if someone's here illegally or legally? You ain't going to do shit about it, but sit there and talk about it. That's the issue. Anyways, man, I just wanted to fucking throw that out there. Now make your little fucking videos disrespecting me, stupid, and look dumb. You know, and don't come back on my channel trying to, hey, Gun, I ain't never said shit about you, man. Fuck you, bro. How about that? You said something about the raza. You said something about me. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Sorry for the people that don't know who this clown is. He doesn't even know who he is. Unfortunately, I do. And I could tell him, oh, Pablo! What's up, blood? You don't remember when you used to claim that? What about your brother though? Bubba got him. Bubba got him for reals.